Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. This is Larkin coming live to you from the United States. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you. I had some connectivity issues today. It's taken me about 20 minutes to get logged on. So hopefully you will find me and we won't have any more connectivity issues today. I'm going to go ahead and find my banner and put it up there for you, and we will get started. I don't have my incense or candles today, but I do have my drinks. So as always, I encourage you all to create a sacred space for this hour of sacred time with Spirit together. So whatever that means for you, if you want to have candles and crystals, like I said, I always recommend you guys have something non-alcoholic to drink to help you just enjoy yourself and relax. If you want to have incense, maybe you're sitting outside in beautiful nature like I am here at the barn, and you just want to, cultivate, work on it being a nice, calm external atmosphere. And maybe, like me today, you don't have your candles and incense. Maybe, you're enjoying the sound of the birds or the beautiful trees. Nature's a great place to do this. Just make sure that whatever it is, you can leave all your stuff at the door, right? You can leave all of your extra thinking and your worries and everything just for an hour so that we can spend this sacred hour with Spirit. And I encourage this for those of you who are new. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Samo. Welcome. I encourage you to do this because this serves you even when you're not on a live, even when you are just praying or journaling on your own or meditating or working on manifesting. This is really important that you create a sacred space because our everyday world takes that sacred space from us with all of the overthinking that it encourages and all of the extra worry and whatnot that we deal with and focus on. Okay. So anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. And don't forget, guys, you can talk about anything here that is also, metaphysical, spiritual, even paranormal. For those of you here in the US, we're getting into the Halloween, time of year. And I have a Hocus Pocus Halloween online party that I'll be hosting at the end of October. But that's mainly, it's full of mini readings, but it's mainly so that you guys can have an opportunity to ask questions and work through things and can really differentiate between Hollywood and what is real when it comes to the spirit and the energy world. Okay. So that's super important as well. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Good to see you. So as always, I'm going to share with you guys what Spirit wants me to share. Spirit always asks me to deliver a message from them and knows who is on these broadcasts. So I always do that for them prior to us getting into readings and everything. I think that's really important because a lot of what we think we need to know and what we want to know is really just ego generated. And Spirit, on the other hand, your spirit teams, meaning your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, ascended masters, whatnot, they actually do know. They know and are aware of who is on here and exactly what you need to know. Okay. Now, what you do with that is going to be up to you. That power of choice is yours. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. So today, guys, and again, this is coming from Spirit. This is interesting because when I got on Veronica's broadcast, that's when I was really asked by Spirit, hey, before you get going answering their questions and readings, will you please give our message to the audience? And of course I said yes. I felt so honored and grateful that Veronica, who is very particular about who she allows to come on and read on here, all of her readers are authentic and genuine and just so wonderful. And so, of course, I was very honored that she allowed me to do that. And Spirit jumped right in and said, hey, please use this time, a few minutes in the beginning, and share what we know people that are going to be viewing on the rebroadcast or on the live need to hear. And it's kind of interesting because I did end up outside today. There's other things happening in the barn, and I ended up outside surrounded in beautiful nature. And the thing they actually want me to talk about today is making sure that your connections that are natural, that are not human made, are respected, are not allowed to be blocked and torn down. Okay. And, this for thousands of years, this has happened. If people can be separated from nature, if we can be encouraged to fear nature and the elements, and that includes animals, non-human animals, which for those of you who don't know, every Friday I do a Furball Friday live readings. It's an hour just dedicated to non-human animal wisdom and readings and guidance. You can find my YouTube page down here for that, and I also have a Facebook page for it. But for those of you who don't know, I've been unable to go live on Facebook for 3 weeks. I've been accidentally blocked with no notifications. So I'm directing everyone to listen to my lives on my YouTube page. But every Friday when I go live, that's what we talk about, non-human animal wisdom and connecting to nature. And, Spirit is wanting me to share why this is so important. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome. Hi, Annalie. Hello. Annalie, right now, first, we're doing the wisdom from Spirit that Spirit guides me to do every time I do this live. So we will get to readings as soon as I finish their message for all of you, okay? Because they know what you guys need to hear. But some of you may not, you may not be into nature at all. You may be a city person. You may be, maybe you don't have pets. Here, Ranger. You maybe don't have pets. Maybe you're not interested in animals or nature. But it's very important that you understand that you are a part of nature and you have this sacred connection, and that this sacred connection reverberates in your soul. Everything is sentient. Every tree, every insect, everything you like or don't like, it's sentient. Even the water and the rocks are sentient beings. This is what the shamans knew, okay? And they lived their life accordingly. We, in modern day Western culture, we have thousands of years now of history of Christianity convincing us that we are separate from nature and of us isolating ourselves. And really, in truth, when you're separated from yourself, you also turn away from your natural instincts and your intuition. And nature is teaching us how to live. It teaches us all the things that humans try to replicate in their teachings, right? Patience, integrity, forgiveness. And we as humans live by these laws of nature because we're a part of it. So no matter how many buildings and cities we surround ourselves with to make us feel we are separate, to create that illusion, we are a part of nature. And so for your healing journeys, for your transformational journeys, for your manifesting journeys, for your awakening your intuition journeys, keep in mind every little bit of nature that you connect to. Every time you, I am live on Facebook, Jamie, but not on my own Facebook page. I'm live on Veronica's Facebook page. My Facebook page has been accidentally blocked for a reason I have not been given. Facebook will not get back to me, but thank you for letting me know. So, you guys, when you get on here, you don't want to just appreciate the readings I give you, Annalie. You want to hear the wisdom that Spirit knows you all need to hear. And my personal goal is to empower each and every one of you when you get on here, not just give you answers so you can go on to the next reader and get the answers from them, right? This is about, number one, what do you do with the answers and the readings that we give you here on these lives? What do you do with it afterwards? Do you get off and feel temporarily better, and then you run to the next live where people are doing readings? Or do you really re-listen to this 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times and re-listen to the message, not just to you, but that Spirit has brought forth to everyone, and let that sink in so that your perspective is different, right? This is really, if you really want answers and you really want change and transformation, that's what it's about. It's not just about getting on every live and getting an answer. And I know that's what our ego wants and our ego's been taught, but that's not the truth. And so today's message from Spirit before I get into readings is return to nature, journal, sit in silence. If you're in a city, hi, Jem. Hey, Sarah. Welcome. Hi, Kate. You need to get out then. Go find a tree. Maybe you have to go to a park to find nature in your living city or environment. Maybe there's a plant in your house. Maybe it's birds outside your door. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you spend that time, because nature holds space for your soul to speak to you. And what is your soul speaking to you? Your intuition. Intuition is the voice of your soul. Intuition is the voice of your soul. So if you really want to listen to guidance and you really want to connect to the guidance that your spirit team is giving you, which is what I want you guys to be able to do, not just go through me, but hear it for yourself, then please connect to nature, okay? And that is my message from Spirit today. So guys, give Spirit a big thank you, because they know who's on here and they know what you need to hear, whether you want to or not. Annalie, I always stall anyway before giving readings, because I want you guys to get in the habit of getting out of the frantic frequency, because that opens you up better to receive, okay? And that's really what you need. Scorpio says, I'm a city girl. Hold on a second. I'm a city girl, but love nature and my animals. I have really been depressed and need to get back into nature. Yeah. So this being said, I'm going to comment on this quickly. When nature is the great healer, mentally, emotionally, physically, when you return to nature, and this is scientifically proven, you guys can look this up, it calms your nervous system down. Okay. It allows your nervous system to relax. So it changes your brainwave frequency. It changes what you're open to receiving and what you're thinking about. It allows you to, as I said, hear your inner voice. The trees speak to you. Nature speaks to you. Your spirit guides and loved ones come through nature to speak to you. And it allows all of that. And just spending a little bit of time in nature each day will actually make a huge difference. And it is a huge healer for those who have depression. I'm actually going to post on my Psychic Medium page on Facebook. I can't remember his name now, the name of a gentleman that they had on NPR who had severe anxiety and depression. And he healed himself through spending time in nature, getting out of the city and the suburbs and spending time in nature. And he writes about how this helped and why, and what he discovered through doing that. So, you know, he was suicidal and everything. And he says over and over, it saved his life. And now his life work is as a writer to encourage others to get back to nature. Okay. All right. Kate says, I spend so much time barefoot in my garden. Excellent. You're doing some grounding. That's wonderful. Yeah, guys, I mean, we are nature. So it would be like, you know, if you were a fish and you had to spend all of your time on land, the fish wants to be back in the water, right? Your soul wants to be back in nature. So keep that in mind, okay? Let's see. You do watch it over and over, Kate? Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, it's like if you guys have ever moved and you've looked at where you're going to move, and you get, you know, the first time you see the house or the apartment or the flat, you have one impression. But if you go back 2, 3, 4, 5 times, or when you finally move in, it takes a while to normalize, right? And so the same thing happens when you're listening to the readings. You're going to pull out the initial hearing of it. And then after that, you know, there's a lot of other things that occur that you have to keep in mind. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Scroll up here. Sorry, guys. It's a busy day here at the barn. Okay. I hope it's not too noisy for you guys. All right. Let's see here. Annalie, who is it that you wish to speak to today, please? Who is it that you want to speak to? Can you give me the name of the person you want to speak to, please? On these free online readings, it's going to help me to tune in more quickly. There's always a lot of souls showing up here. And I want to get through these as quickly as I can so I can cover as many of you as I can. You're welcome, Kate. Let's see here. There's another person wanting to know about when they're going to be moving. Leona, that's okay, Leona. I'm running late today too. I love it. You guys are saying thank you, Spirit. You needed to hear this tonight, Kate, Sarah. Wow. Okay, awesome. I'm so glad. Yes, see, guys, Spirit knows who needs to hear this. All right. All right, I'm going to star these guys. Hold on here. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm just scooting on here. Anna Lee, let's see what she says. I'll say this, then we'll get to your reading. Thank you, Spirit. I walk my dog in the park and across of my house. Yes. I have crows and robins that have been coming outside my house. I've been giving them bread that ain't phased. I go and stay there. Oh, wonderful. So, Annalie, first of all, crows represent rebirth, right? They represent the ending of certain aspects of things and the beginning of others. So, a lot of people, I think, in Western culture become afraid of that. They don't really understand the meanings of animals and nature signs. And, because of Hollywood, thank you, we have a lot of negative connotations about crows, but crows are absolutely amazing. They're very communal, they're very intelligent, and they are symbols of transformation, actually, of rebirth. So, it's definitely a positive thing if you see the crows. Yes, they're not going to be afraid of you. And the robins either. I wouldn't give them bread. That can actually hurt them because it gets sticky in their intestines and they can choke on it. But you may want to give them like crackers. If you have little crackers, like those little soup crackers or whatever, those are all right. But the bread has a very sticky texture. And unless it's super dry, that can harm them actually. But that's wonderful. The robins also represent renewal. So, typically here in the US, they come out in the spring. That's when you see them a lot. But they represent, renewal and peace. So, these are signs and symbols for you of that, which is wonderful. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking up here, Annalie. Your husband, Steven. Okay. All right. All right. Yes. It's normally peaceful at the barn, Leona, but today they're working on a leak. Then I've got guys back behind me at the house next door working on things. There's lots of people here, so not as peaceful as usual, but I have found the most peaceful spot, I think, that I can. Okay. I'm going to star you guys here. All right. All right. We'll get into all this here. Okay. So let's see here. Annalie, let's tune into spirit. So first of all, Annalie, your husband, what he really wants you to know is that he's okay and you're okay. That is the exact phrase I'm getting. He's okay and you're okay. Oftentimes we expect these big elaborate answers and daily guidance from our loved ones. And I want to remind you guys that that's not their job. They're still aware of you. They can hear you. They can sense you. They love you. They're there to guide you and support you. Many of them, really dedicate their time back on the other side, a lot of it to that. You guys are definitely from the same soul circles, Annalie, you and Steven. But I want to kind of clarify this, use this reading to clarify this for everyone. What I find is that a lot of times, because we're missing our loved ones, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I want to use this example since Steven came in first and said, first and foremost, I want her to know that I'm okay and she's okay. I'm okay and she's okay. The reason that's the most important is because when there's a transition, it changes our self-identity. And one of the reasons we struggle so much with missing our loved ones is because we're now thrown out of our norm. we're thrown out of our comfort zone, right? We feel this tremendous sense of mental, emotional, and physical loss. And that's very, very difficult for us. And so one of the ways that we cope with that is by hearing messages from our loved ones and looking for signs from them and knowing that they're still present and around. And he is still present and around. But I think it's important that you understand that when you guys get readings, it's not always going to be a big elaborate what to do and discussion the way that it would be when that person was here in a physical body. Okay. A lot of times it is simply the first basic thing every soul wants you to know, including your pets, is that they are okay. And in this case, he wants you to know he's okay and you're okay, meaning everything is as it should be. Everything is all right. Okay. And that's the first thing that you really have to not just cognitively process, Annalie, but emotionally process. For you still in this physical world, that means, years really of working through accepting the change in the situation, adjusting to that, filling in that hole that his physical presence has. Okay. For him on the other side, it is not like that. It is very, it's different for each soul that crosses over. Some of them know immediately. Some of them, may be in a phase where they're like, they don't even realize that they've crossed over for a while. He does know. He knew right away. But a lot of times, trying to think of the best way to put this, because they're outside of time and space, right? They will come and keep trying, no matter how long they've been gone from your side. They try to get through to you. He immediately showed me dreams before he even said, I'm okay, you're okay. He showed me immediately dreams that he's been trying to come through to you in the astral plane. And so I think this is important that you know this as well. I don't know that if you've been aware that he's been trying to get through to you in your dreams, but he's been trying both in dreams and in hold on here, guys. In dreams and in the astral plane. Okay, those are actually two very different things. So the astral plane, well, dreams are more of like when you have a visitation, right? They come into your dreams while you're in the process of dreaming. The astral plane is literally where we go when we are like in REM sleep. And we can go there when we have an out-of-body experience as well. And that's where your soul, while your body is still and your brain waves are slowed down enough where the consciousness of your soul can actually focus outside of the body, outside of this world, and go into the astral plane, which is really that plane between the spirit world and the physical world. And that's where a lot of times when we have our communications and our playtime with our loved ones and our spirit guides and things. Okay, so he's really been trying to get through to you there. He's showing me that you feel it intuitively. You know that his message has been getting across to you that way, but you not really enough so that you really believe it. You want more physical, tangible proof. He's also saying you're doing the right thing by spending some time out in nature because that's going to help him get through to you better. Understand that he says, please explain to her the clairs. So in my Awakening Your Intuition program, my clients are learning about the clairs. And, intuition is the foundation of all psychic abilities. And so it's really just the only reason you're missing him, Annalie, in some of the ways that you are missing his communications in a more obvious way is because you're not tuned in enough yet to the subtleties. It's really the subtleties that come through in our intuition. So the more you are spending this time outside and in nature, the easier it's going to be for those to come through, for you to, not miss the quick message that comes through in your mind, for you to, not misunderstand what you're thinking, that it really is him, for you to really know that what you're hearing is actually him speaking to you. Okay. Hi, Steenie. Welcome. Hi, Ian. Let's see. What you guys mean by link? So, you know, that's very, very important. Let's see. Are you still there, Annalie? I want to make sure you're still on here. Are you still on here? Let me know if you're still on here. I don't know what you mean by a link, Ian, if you're talking about a reading. Oh. Yes. Yes. Here she is. I think there's too much emotions, so they can't get through. Yes, I follow my gut feeling with everything. I know one's left here. Yeah. So you're right about that. And that's why he's trying to come to you. And that's why in the beginning I said it's a process. And the biggest message for him is to you. That's why the first thing he said to me was, I'm okay, you're okay. I'm okay, you're okay. Because he's a witness to those emotions. And that's also why immediately after that, I said it is a process, and he is aware that it is a process. Okay. And so this is very important for you, and being in nature will help you go through that process more clearly. Okay. The other thing is that, you know, I'm going to share with you as well that the less we resist that process and we just let it hurt, the quicker we work through that process. And the more quickly you work through that process, the more you're going to be able to recognize what his personal communications to you. Now that we've had this reading and this message, and again, guys, these are free online readings, and Spirit asks me to not go as in depth. They want me to help as many people as possible on here. So if you want and need something more in depth, Annalie, again, my recommendation is find a reader you trust, and either get on a small online group reading that's less expensive. I host angel parties and things all the time that are small group readings, full moon readings, angel party readings, the hocus pocus reading. Other readers have those as well. Or just schedule a 30 to 60-minute reading with a reader. And it's worth it. It's worth it, guys, to be able to go that in depth if you're in a situation like you are. But now that we've had this connection, you are going to be able to connect with him more easily. Just pay attention to the subtleties and trust them. I would also recommend that you journal to him. It's going to get out a lot of your emotions, and that will clear some of the egoic veil that is coming in the form of your overthinking and all of the emotions. Emotions cloud your intuitive abilities. So that will help to burn off some of those emotions so that you can actually, you know, be able to have a clearer communication. But that clearer communication will come. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I see the little ones. Yes. And you know, Annalie, I have to say that he brought this up too, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm thorough, but that I also get to other people today as well. And this is a whole can of worms, which is why I recommended you find a reader you trust and really schedule a reading with them. But so the last thing I will say is what he showed me was little ones, and that you feeling that you have that burden to carry on. And what I want to tell you from him is that you need to stop thinking of it in terms of what, you know, you need to stop thinking of it in terms of that heavy weight. You need to understand that regardless, you're there with them. Okay. You are there with and for them regardless. Okay. Do not feel, you know, do not feel it as a heavy weight that now you have to carry on for them. He wants you to focus on you and your healing and your overcoming your emotions. And the reason this is important is because you can't heal and be there for them the way you want to while you are trying to, like, and I'm going to use this term, you said carry on for them. No, you don't. This is one of the things that concerns him. You don't need to carry on for them. Okay, this isn't, I know it seems this way, but this is an egoic term that we humans use to put more pressure on ourselves and make things harder. Okay. Yes, Annalie, I do in-depth readings. Absolutely. That's why I'm so thorough on my lives. And why Spirit keeps telling me I have to keep them short on the free online readings, because I'm supposed to help more people. Absolutely. My readings are super thorough and very in depth. And that's why I'm saying, I have to kind of reel myself in here so I can make sure to get to everyone, because this alone would be at least a 30 to 60-minute reading with all the things that you want to go through in your mind. But what Stephen is seeing is that this is the wrong perspective of I have to carry on for my children and grandchildren. Do you see? That seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to feel, and it is. However, that's something that all of us humans do. And what you need to understand is that you will do that naturally if you handle your own emotions in the healthiest way. You will naturally, because that's your role and they look to you. You will naturally, if you can allow your frequency to raise. And how do you allow your frequency to raise? You're actually pulling yourself down by trying to take on, oh, I have to now do this for my kids and grandkids. They actually have to do it for themselves. And this might seem out of the box and outrageous to some of you, but I'm going to speak to what Spirit tells me, regardless of anybody's opinions, right? Because my loyalty is not to your ego or my ego to please you. My loyalty is to what Spirit is telling me and to give you that pure message. And the pure message he sees is, that's not your responsibility. Even if they're little children, it doesn't matter how old someone is. Yes, there is a responsibility you have, obviously, to your children and grandchildren, but you can best help them by, I don't want to say what everybody else says, by helping yourself. It's by getting control of your emotions and allowing them to flow, allowing yourself to have them so you can be liberated from them, because what we resist persists. And so as long as you stay feeling the weight of your emotions and feeling the pressure of this responsibility, you're not going to be able to raise your frequency, right? You have to come through the other side. There is no shortcut. So allow yourself to do that. It's okay if they see you upset. It is okay. They're going to have their own journey and their own emotions, and they are responsible for theirs no matter how little they are. They are still responsible for theirs. It is your job to do your best, and they will see that. It is your job to not allow to not resist your emotions to the point where they drag you down. When you're alone and in private, pray, walk, sing, journal, meditate, bawl your eyes out, allow yourself to feel the emotions so that they process. Okay? Because on the other side of that is light. On the other side of that is a new version of life. On the other side of that is remembering that no matter how painful it is as a human, everything is always working out for you, because it is. Okay, and Stephen is on the other side trying to remind you of that. There isn't an attachment to the other side. Okay, so he already knows you're going to be okay. He can see your spirit guides and angels around you. He can see the kids and grandchildren and what their growth and process through this will be. Every human being goes through this. We all do. And it is our job to go through it with the greatest love, forgiveness, and grace that we can. Okay, you're doing a beautiful job. Just don't, you need to take care of your center so that you can be an example and be there for the family. Okay. Don't extend your arms out. I mean, reach out to them. Yes. But what I'm saying is don't allow your worry of putting pressure on yourself for your family to keep you from your healing process, because in your healing process, you will also help create space to lift your family up. I hope that makes sense. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for your loss, because you have not lost anything, but I am sorry for your pain and the anguish that it goes through. I know how terribly painful it is. And it is unfortunately part of what we go through as a human, but know that nothing is ever lost. Nothing and no one. Okay. Nobody ever dies. All they do is change form. And as Spirit has asked me to say to all of you, your relationships never end, they only transform. And you just need to learn to read and understand and receive the language that Stephen is now using to communicate with you. Okay, he can receive yours, he can hear you, see you, feel you, he knows what you're doing. But you need to learn to be able to understand this more subtle language of Spirit. Okay, and you will. You have my love. Mwah. If you want to schedule a reading with me, just message me at larkinsreadings.com or private message me on my Psychic Medium page, okay? You're going to do great. I love that you guys are giving each other hugs. Let's see here. All right, let me scroll up. I'm sorry, Annalie, I've got to move on here. Let's see. Let's see. You appreciate that and it helped. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Annalie. And this is going to show you how strong you are. Okay, believe me, things are always working out for you. So no matter how painful it is, all of our pain, there is an opportunity there for our growth and our strength. And in no time like this, you're going to be on the other side as well with Stephen. And you guys are going to be able to look at this beautiful life. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Andrea, I see you want some guidance. So hold on. Let's see here. Okay, Annalise, sounds great. I will look forward to hearing from you, okay? If I don't get back to you, make sure you save my email to your, I will get back to you right away. So if you don't, you got to check your spam if you think I haven't emailed you back, all right? Because I will email you back. You can also private message me if you want. All right, let me see here, guys. Trying to get to as many of you as I can. I'm just going where Spirit is drawing me here. Hold on, I had to scroll back up here, guys. Let's see here. Okay, Samo, are you still there, Samo? I don't know if you're still there or not. I'm going to quick say this. I'm going to try to make these next few readings, guys, kind of quick, because there's so many people asking for these things right now. So I'm gonna really try to be, Spirit's like, please go faster because you only have 25 minutes left. So I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, it's hard for me. So first of all, Sam O, when I read your question, I don't know if yes, you're there. Good. There are so many people that are always asking me about their new home. And as a manifesting coach for 15 years, I'm going to throw this out there. Whenever a watch pot never boils. So whenever you are really, 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 really wanting something badly and you're waiting for it and you're concerned about when it's going to happen, I'm just going to throw this out there. It has a tendency to slow down the process. Okay. So I could be wrong. I could give you an answer and it may not be when I say it is. I've had several people on here that were frantic to move and I gave them a time that at the moment Spirit told me it would be happening and it did not happen then. It happened, because they had so much resistance. You have to understand that, as Abraham Hicks says, every subject is two subjects. So every time you are waiting and wanting something to happen as fast as possible, what happens is the desire is there and manifesting coaches tell you, do that. But no, because what happens is there's always equal resistance because it's the more you want something, the more you recognize you don't have it. And the more desperate your frequency feels. So, you got to understand that this is why when we give up on something and we turn away, oftentimes it shows up for us. So I do not see for Christmas or New Year, maybe I'm wrong. Nothing is set in stone. I'm just sharing what Spirit shows for me right now with what's aligned for you now. I'm seeing February or March. And I think that is probably because you'd go through a process of being disappointed and being frustrated and then giving up and then boom, it happens. But you have to slip out of wanting it to happen by a certain time and watching and monitoring that to trusting that everything works out for you and in perfect timing. When you do that, you release the resistance and you allow it to flow for you. For it to be just the right thing for you, chances are, that means it has to be allowed to process in the right time as well. And so it looks to me like I said, like I'm seeing February or March. Okay. So keep me posted. Let me know. This isn't about a reader being right or wrong. This is about us sharing with you what Spirit is saying and understand that Spirit works with the process of your choices and free will and your energy. Okay. So I'm excited for you seeing this move happening in the spring. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Andrea, I see you want some guidance. Guys, I'm going to throw this out there too. I'm just scrolling back up here, trying to get these ones that I did in order here. Okay. Oh, here you are next. I started you next. Okay, great. First of all, Andrea, let me know if you're still on here. I want to say this too, guys. Again, Facebook is not being allowed for me to go live. So I'm used to having hundreds of people on my lives, and now they're not. They're not, because I'm not allowed to go live on Facebook. We don't know why. Facebook has no restrictions on my account, so I don't know what the problem is. But I can't respond to you on Veronica's page's lives. I can only respond to you on my page's lives. So you may not see, but if you go to my psychic medium page, you will see that on the very top, I have pinned that I do 20-minute free discovery calls. And Andrea, that's what I would recommend for you. Okay. They are not a free reading, and they are not a free coaching call, because I'm a transformational specialist and a mindset coach. They are not a sales call either. It is a discovery call. And that means I give 5 people 20 minutes of my time every week to hear what it is you're wanting, what you're struggling with, what you're wanting to create or manifest, or why you're feeling stuck. And I give you 3 steps in which you need to take next. That means you have to be willing to take action, to take the next step to change your situation. Okay, to get what you want, for lack of a better term. So if you would like a discovery call, Andrea, either private message me or email me at larkinsreadings.com, create a contact form on there. If you don't hear me get back to you, it's because it has gone to your spam. Okay, but that's what I would recommend for you, Andrea, because this is more than just a quick reading that I can do here. And I do want to get to some of the mediumship readings. I think, Andrea, this is what your spirit guides are sharing. And don't forget, guys, I also have a Meet Your Spirit Guides event coming up the 9th. You can see all my events if you go to my Psychic Medium page on Facebook. But all these things would help you. And so when people come and they ask for guidance, I also say, make sure you're investing in yourself. And that may mean you have to pay something. That might mean you have to set aside time or not do something for an hour one evening to fit that in your schedule. But you need to invest in you. And, what I see, Andrea, in your energy and what your spirit guides are showing me is that you give a lot of your power away in areas that you don't need to be giving your power away. And you don't even realize it. It's, maybe through, not saying no when you need to say no to certain things, not prioritizing certain things for yourself. And so what I see is that your energy is it's scattered, and we only make forward progress when we are focused. That means we have to narrow our focus and not be so broad. Okay. So this is very important for you to do. And your spirit guides are trying to do that. They're standing on either side of you, actually trying to stand a little in front of you, going like this. There's 2 of them really trying to do energy work and move the angels are trying to get your energy really focused. And so I would sit down, your spirit guides are trying to speak to you. I would sit down and I would create some sacred time alone, and I would really journal. What is it you're really wanting? What is it you've been struggling with? And how long has that state been? And get really clear so you can see your mind on paper. And then start to look at where are you, this is what's coming through for you from your spirit guides. Where are you not making decisions that are out of your comfort zone? Because the reason you feel you need guidance, number 1, you are getting it, you're just not hearing it, and or you're not following it. And number 2, that's going to require you to get outside of your comfort zone. And what they're showing me is that not what you're doing. Okay. So I hope this helps. They are trying to get through to you. They are answering your questions, but I would get that journal out, and I would, you got to clear away some of the crap up in the thinking part of yourself, so that you can really get some clarity. Okay. And those discovery calls give people a lot of clarity. They take you out of chaos and into clarity. Guys, remember that chaos is of the mind. It's the egoic self. Clarity comes from your consciousness and your intuition. Okay. All right. Andrea, I always love seeing you on here. Guys, don't forget, if you like this broadcast, make sure you like it so more people can find Andrea's page or Veronica's page. Okay. And if you want to connect with me more, you can find me on my Facebook and YouTube pages. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Next. See, they say, keep moving, Larkin, keep moving. Okay. Ian, I don't know what you mean by you'd like a link. I have all my links down here. I'm not, maybe that's a term I don't know about. I don't know what you mean by link. Let's see. Scrolling down here to who I have starred. Let's see. Am I being selfish for not letting the kids go away for Christmas? Dad will know what I mean. Okay, first of all, Leona, what do you think? Your spirit guides are asking, what do you think? And the first question that comes through for me to you from spirit is, what do the kids want? What do the kids want? Let the kids do what the kids want. I think that we have a lot of misconstruedness about being selfish. I think that a lot of times we're being told or believe we're selfish when we're not. And I think a lot of times we rationalize being selfish so that we don't feel that we're a bad person. You're not a bad person, first of all, if you're selfish. And that's something you have to decide for yourself. I'm being shared by spirit to ask you to project ahead and ask yourself, 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now, how will the kids feel about Christmas? And how will you feel about this situation looking back? I think that your dad doesn't, you guys have to understand that spirit isn't always there. They're no longer in this world. Okay. So it's not their choices. So a lot of times we hang on to that to make our decisions. And you need to understand that this is your decision. This is not his decision. And it is not their job to prevent us from making mistakes. It is not their job. I mean, sometimes it is, but usually it's their job to support us in making our best choices. Because even though our relationships go on and they're not over, you have to understand that they're not in this world anymore. They have stepped out now of participating in the physical world in the way that they did. So just as Anna Lee was feeling, there's a lot of pressure that we then feel. We do feel the weight of those physical and emotional decisions on us because they don't think like we do on the other side. You see, they don't have a judgment on the other side. They're not intellectually analyzing because they don't have an intellect anymore. They're conscious. Their consciousness. They have feelings. They don't have emotions. So, your dad is proud of you and supporting you no matter what. He knows you're trying your very best and obviously wants what's best for all of you. But sometimes when things don't go our way, it is best for us. Okay, so this is really what I'm being shown is this is so much more about you learning about yourself, Leona. You building your own confidence, you not needing to ask for answers from the outside. This is about you. Again, this has come up over and over in your readings. This is about you learning to trust yourself. And you really need to go deep down and ask yourself, okay, what does my intuition say? Because your intuition will guide you the same way that your father would and your spirit guides would. What does your intuition say about this? Are you keeping them with you out of some sort of fear of something because you want things a certain way and you can? Or are you keeping them because you think it would be best for them and they would be happiest? And are you talking yourself into that? So, you can see spirit's not going to tell you what to do here. It's very clear about that because the goal is not for you to get an answer. The goal is for you to ask the right question. The goal is for you to learn to trust yourself. This is what spirit's throwing back at you. What are you basing your decision off of? Why are you making the decision that you are? Right? And who is it really benefiting? Okay. So, you're going to be okay. You're going to make good decisions and you're going to make them out of pure-hearted love. And he trusts that. Okay. But you have to decide, are you being selfish or not? And no matter what I say, I'm being told that you won't believe the answer until you reveal it for yourself. So you need to go deep down and really ask that for yourself. Okay. I think that's really important. It's a good question. Leona, you have my love and support, and you know, I have total faith in you and what you can do here. Okay. Sorry, they're backing out of the driveway. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, Kate. Welcome. All right, let's see. I've got 10 minutes left. Thank you for the hearts, Leona and Sarah. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me see here what we got here. 5:30. Okay. Let's see. Let me hold on, guys. I'm starting something here. All right, Kate. Kate LeBrock. I'd really love to connect with my son if possible. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So Kate, are you still here? I've only got 10 minutes here. Pink Lady, welcome. Okay, let's see here. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Good evening, Diane. Hey. Okay, I'm just seeing if you're still, are you still on, Kate? Hi, Keith. Hello. Hey, Jolie. Let's see. Okay, career changes, Jolie. Okay, let's see. All right. Sorry, guys. Hi, Kathleen. I was scrolled way up there. The sun's kind of in my eyes. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Steenie. Oh, guys, there's no way I'm going to get to all of you guys today. I wish I could, but I'm back tomorrow at the same time. I just want to make sure that Kate's still here. Hey, Rodu. Let's see. I'm good today. Thank you, Keith. Okay, Kate. Yes, she's there. Good. Okay. Sorry, I had to scroll all the way down. I've done readings before, guys, and people have just popped off and they're not even on there. And then I've wasted somebody else's time. So I wanted to make sure you were still on there. Okay. So, souls come through, guys, in different ways. Souls come through in different ways. Some come through verbally. I have all my clairs that I use, but different souls are able to come through more easily in other ways. Kate, I don't know if I'm asking him this right now in side conversation, if you have had, you feel that you've had, welcome, Roseanne, welcome. I'm back tomorrow, guys, if you don't get a reading today. Okay. The first thing I'm hearing repeatedly, Kate, is I'm fine, Mom. I am just fine. I'm fine, Mom. And the concern is really actually more directed with you. I'm feeling a lot of love and a lot of comfort actually around you. I don't know, Kate, if I asked him if he could give you sort of a physical sensation right now, because he seems to be very, it seems to be him coming through very much in a kinesthetic and an auditory way. And, there's a lot of compassion there, which was part of his soul personality coming through as a human. Always really, thinking about other people and how they were feeling, and even awareness of the impact that he had on other people, and being willing to put his own feelings aside for others. And I see that coming through in the essence of the spirit that is coming through for you now. And so I asked him, would he please give you some sort of, like kind of physical sign right now, that he's actually present with you. And, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing his energy actually coming into your energy sphere right now, and sort of wrapping his arm around you, and give me a big hug, like kind of wrapping his arm around you, his arms around you. And so you should either feel like chills or tingling or warmth or a light or just incredible presence of love coming around you. He said he actually does that a lot. He also says he's very protective of you, emotionally, physically, that he's there looking out for you, and, wanting to show his presence wanting you to know that he's there. Like Anna Lee, he's also been trying to come through to you in dreams in the astral plane. He says that in the astral plane, you guys take lots of walks, and you know that oftentimes you have a lot of questions, and you know, he's like, he tries to answer the mental and emotional questions that you have now in this world when you're in the astral plane, so that at least it's going into your soul's memory and into your emotional body. But he said, first and foremost, you know, he just is, he's very present with you. He says he won't always have to be that present with you here while you're in this world, but he's very present with you now, because he says you're just not at peace with this. And he says, to be honest, you probably never will be. But he wants you to, you know, he says he always felt like, even when he was a little boy, he said he felt as though he, you know, was your protector, and he had to stand up for you. And, you know, he says that he's still doing that. He's still there. He's like, he still, you know, goes in the car with you. He goes places with you. He keeps an eye out for you. And he wants you to be able to hear and sense him more readily, because, you know, that's his way. You know, on the other side, he's actually just as closer to you than he was when he was here, believe it or not. But he wants you to be able to recognize when it's his voice, when it's his presence, so that he can more readily do that. He said he always had that sense of that. And that was just sort of an honor. He said, Mom took care of me, and I felt like in return, it was my job to look out for and protect her. He said that, you know, he felt like there was a, what's the best way to explain this? Part of it was just him being as your son. He felt like that was his role, to be your protector and stand up for you. Part of it was the fact that, you know, how you cared for him. And so he felt like he was giving back. He was definitely a giving nature, I'm seeing. And, you know, he's like, that is still going on. We still have that relationship. And we had that relationship before we came into this world together as well. So he wants you to know that that's not ever going to end. The other word he's giving me is team, T-E-A-M. He says, we really were a team, Mom. We really were a team. And he goes, that team has not been lost. Okay. That team is still there. And we're still a team. We're still, you know, connected souls. Let's see. You said he was always protective of you. Okay, good. So that's validation. That was one of the first things I felt from him, actually. Let's see. You're full of questions. Yes. So, Roseanne, I'd love to read for your sister. Come back tomorrow, because I only have 2.5 minutes. Okay. Kate, again, you don't have to get a reading from me. You can get it from someone else if you want. But I would recommend that you guys get when you guys have had a loved one that has crossed over, and you are mentally and emotionally struggling so much from that, and you're still needing to heal from that, I would recommend that you guys go beyond free online readings. I really would. And again, I'm not selling myself here. You can schedule one with me. Veronica has the best readers I've ever seen. You can schedule one with someone else. Make sure it's a reader you trust. But that really sincerely is my recommendation, because the online free readings are to get through as many people as possible, Spirit tells me, in order to give validation and healing and guidance or direction. When you have a small group online reading that's semi-private, it's less expensive, but you get more in depth. When you schedule a private reading, you can go through so much more, and you can ask your in-depth questions and get specified answers. So, you know, Kate, I would, you know, save up for that if you have to, but I would really do that, because he does try to get through to you. And I think that, at least for you, a lot of your healing process is going to be through so much of it is just validation and peace of mind. First and foremost, knowing that he is there and that he is perfectly okay. He is joyful and free and happy and in the best version of his soul body. You guys are the ones that our loved ones who've crossed on worry about, because you're the one, Kate, left struggling. You're the one left mourning. You're the one whose human aspects, mental, emotional, and physical, have to deal with, you know, feeling that experience of such a huge loss in your world, even though from spirit perspective, it is not a loss. Okay. And he says you're going to be okay, but he just wants you to know he's still there as your protector and your helper. And that's very important. Okay. You've had readings. Okay. I've had readings, I don't think is ever enough. Okay. Well, you know, I'm glad you've had readings. I think that you're right in the fact that it is a process regardless. It is a process. Healing from this is a process. I mean, I still cry decades after people I was closest to have passed away, including pets. And the thing is that that's okay. But the way to speed that up is, each time you've gotten a reading, it has helped you because it has helped you catapult your healing process and answer the questions and get the validation needed at that particular time. So please know that all the readings you've gotten have been helpful to you. I would really allow yourself to try to not have resistance to the pain, really allow yourself to feel it and allow yourself to write it out as well. And then find a way to take that energy and take the energy and redirect it. Take the energy of pain and find something to do with that energy, because it's just energy and you can turn it into something else. Okay, guys, I am sorry that I have to I have to log off. I worry alone because he doesn't know anyone who has passed. Okay, but Kate, so here's the thing, guys. I do have to get off in a minute. This is why I encourage you guys to follow me on my Psychic Medium page and to join my events, because I try for free and for low cost to give people as much information about the other side as possible. I have a whole Facebook group that's just about what happens on the other side. I'm writing a book about 101 questions about what happens on the other side. So go beyond just free online readings, okay? Because there's nothing to worry about. You and your son were both eternal souls before you were born into this world. So we as humans, we look at this world as though if they don't know anyone on the other side, they're going to be alone. Of course they're not alone. They know more souls on the other side than they ever knew here in this world, Kate. Okay? He has thousands and thousands and thousands of souls and angels and guides and teachers on the other side that you don't remember because you're still in this world and you have amnesia like we all do. But back on the other side, he has an entire soul family. So he's never alone. Plus, he has all of your relatives that you knew that have crossed over. He has ancestors. I mean, he is definitely not alone. So you guys don't ever have to worry. Heaven is like this, only better. Okay? No soul is ever, 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 ever alone. Okay? You don't ever have to worry about that. You don't have to hope so, Katie. It's the truth. It's how it is. Think about it. Everything is always working out for you. God is love. You have to go beyond thinking about what this world is. We project heaven as our egoic mind here. Heaven is not like this. Heaven is outside of time and space. This world is a replica of heaven. So it is beautiful. It has nature. It has loved ones just like here. But you're never alone. So for me, it makes me laugh because that's just unheard of to me, that a soul would pass from this world and be alone. Of course not. I have a very intact cosmic memory. I remember what it's like on the other side. I connect with the other side all the time. And there's just no way. I mean, nobody's alone unless they want to be alone. We have more loved ones on the other side than we do here. Okay, so you don't have to hope. That's just how it is. And Annalie, no, this world is what you make it. This world is not really hell on earth. It can be. This is just the process of our egoic human consciousness evolving. And Annalie, this is why we have free will. We come temporarily in these temporary bodies, which are 99.9% space. And we are here to experience contrast. And that hell you're talking about is contrast. And it is our choice. This world is really not hell. It's the egoic minds of humans that are making it that experience for some of us. Okay. All right. I would love to get more into this, Kate. Guys, if you want to join me more, find me on my Psychic Medium page on Facebook, please. If you want to watch my lives throughout the week, including Angels in Action later this week, you're going to have to watch me on my YouTube page. But I have to get off because this is Veronica's page and I've gone 5 minutes over now. But I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Thank you for letting me read for you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.